mean, just looking at Spurs, Liam, they have Ericsson, Harry Kane and Dele Alli, all players who are capable of getting goals and causing, they're all threats going forward. But they don't really have a midfield, do they? Dyer didn't play, and even when he plays, he's quite passive, doesn't do very much. But they don't, they're good at the back. They got Trippier now, a right back who's very, very good. I think Davis, who played left back at Watford, is a very good player, and the two central defenders we've talked about. In midfield, there's a bit of a vacuum, isn't there, where you'd really want a proper player to get on the ball and dictate.
Yeah, and I think John Giles has touched upon this before when we've talked about Spurs. They could do with a real playmaker in midfield, a guy who can run the game, control the game. But they don't really have it. Dyer is not that player. He's more defensive midfield. He's not very good on the ball. We saw that in the World Cup with England playing. And Dembele is a bit hit and miss, and he was poor. He was poor at the weekend. It is an area where they could improve the team a lot if they were to find that player. But just like centre backs, the players who run the game in midfield, as the World Cup demonstrated with how good Modric was, they're few and far between. The Brazilians didn't have anybody who could do that, and England certainly didn't have anybody who could do that. So it's a position that's a bit like the centre backs. There's not many players around who can do what's needed. And the other thing about Spurs is that the bench is not really strong enough, is it? They don't have a player to come on and change the game. They had Loriente came on up front, but he's been poor since he's been at Spurs. They haven't got a game changer on the bench who can go on and really do something and lift the team.
Yeah, no, that's it. And Llorente is a veteran, Liam, from the Spanish game, who was a really good goal scorer and a good player. He's well into his 30s now, I think.